Welcome back to my latest arcade build video. Today we're going to be looking at a Vewlix-inspired modern arcade setup. I'll be diving into how I built the cabinet, where I sourced the components from, and what great games you can play with this setup. So let's go. Well, first off, you're probably asking, hey, why are you doing this again? We've seen you do a modern arcade setup with a build playing a console, and you'd be correct. But I've always wanted to try building a Vewlix cabinet for modern arcade games, specifically with a 32-inch screen and robust game competition-ready controls. So this was my attempt at that. The cabinet itself is a modular construction cabinet from Game Room Solutions. It's the Vewlix style. It's not a traditional Vewlix by any means. It's actually more of a half stand, half sit. You can get like a very low stool to sit at this, and it really is ideal because if you stand up, it is a pretty low monitor. But it's pretty close, and for the price, you can't go wrong. Traditional Vewlix cabinets can be from anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. This kind of a setup from Game Room Solutions is not easy to build. There aren't very good instructions that come along with these units, and you kind of have to play guess by looking at videos or trying to decipher their very limited instructions when you get these. So you have to have a little bit of patience. And in my case, I really don't like the way they do their monitor glass, which is really plexi that's pinched in between the two sides. It bows. It never looks quite right in my experience, and I've done 3 or 4 of these setups before, so it doesn't really work for me. So what I do is I found a custom solution near me in Chicago where I can get a plastic bezel cut and then frame it out with plexi, and it looks a lot better, as you can see in the photographs. So what's inside? There's happ-suzo competition sticks and buttons. I like the convex buttons for this, but I do not like the traditional Vewlix Sanwa controls. That's just a preference. For the speaker system, it's a dual speaker system with a subwoofer by Logitech. I did put a PlayStation 4 Pro inside here because it is PlayStation themed in the marquee, but secondarily I put an Xbox Series S in there. So in order to switch between those two systems, I have a USB switching device, and that component is shown in the video as well. The brains of the operation, it's a universal fighting board, so you can hook a switch up to it, a PS4 Pro, PS3, or Xbox 360, Xbox One X, or the newer Xbox. So you can source these parts at a lot of different places. A lot of this stuff can be found on Amazon. I tend to not get buttons and joysticks from Amazon because they're usually cheaper quality. So I try to go to either directly to happ-suzo, or I go to, like I said, tmolding.com. You can go to Ultimark, but sometimes they can be a little pricey and their shipping costs are a little bit off the chart. Now, obviously, there are many ways to do this. If you don't have a console, you can use Steam with a PC or even a RetroPie setup on this Vewlix cabinet. But what is the point of showing all this off without showing off some great games?
You're nothing! Die! Destroy! Out of my way! Destroy! We stop! This
And this is just a sampling of modern style games that are available that work well with these controls. So dig in and find what you can. There's lots out there to be discovered. And just as a little teaser, people have been asking me about my 4-player setup and what I've been doing with that, and to show the inside of it more. Well, I have done something to it, and what's inside is even bigger than it was before. It's a little ridiculous, but man, was it fun to do. That's coming soon. And that's going to do it for today. Be sure to leave your questions and comments below, and like and subscribe to see more of this content. Thanks for checking it out. See y'all later.